Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to welcome you to County Court at Law Number 2. My name is Judge Terrence Holmes. I'm presiding judge here in County Court at Law Number 2. This morning, we have our announcement docket. When I call your name, please come forward with your attorney. If your attorney is not here, we'll wait for your attorney to arrive. If you are not represented by an attorney, when I call your name, please come before the bench by yourself. Jefferson County Court, Law number 2 is back in session. The court is in session and cause number 24 CCCR 2844 case of style of state of Texas versus Ivan Silva. Mr. Silva
Yes,
is appearing via Zoom. Mr. Silva, how are you doing?
pretty good. How about yourself?
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Mr. Silva, you're represented in your case by your attorney James Padgett, who is also appearing via Zoom. Mr. Padgett, how are you doing?
Doing well. Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. Mr. Padgett, what is your announcement in Mr. Silva's case?
Your Honor, we should be completed. We have the discovery. We should be completed our review. If you could just give us a court date, we'll both be there in person. And I'll have an offer
Give us-
relayed to my client at the
Okay,
time.
give us a reset, please. Yeah. 30 days, June 23rd, okay.
But Your Honor, is there any way we could do maybe the following week? June 23rd is a day that I've got a lot of cases set on, and I want to make sure I have time to focus on this one in your court. If we could just go to the very next Wednesday or the following Monday, whatever pleases the court,
The 30th,
whatever the best date for the court following the 23rd would be.
is that fine? Okay, this case was reset to June 30th of 2025 at 9 a.m.
I
Mrs.
appreciate you.
Mr. Silva, you need to be in court in person on that day. You're free to go. Stay in contact with your attorney, your advisor. They will give a notice of your reset date. Against your date is June 30th, 2025 at 9 a.m. in County Court at Law number 2 of Jefferson County, Texas. Mr. Silva, you're free to go and you have a blessed day.
Thank you. Likewise.
Thank you. Next two cases are cause numbers 25 CCCR 0130 and cause number 25 CCCR 0131. Both cases are style of state of Texas versus Justin Diaz. And Mr. Diaz is appearing via Zoom. Mr. Diaz, your full name is Justin Diaz?
Yes, sir.
How are you doing, Mr. Diaz?
Doing good. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Mr. Diaz. Mr. Diaz, you are represented in your cases by your attorney James Padgett. And Attorney Padgett, what are your announcements in Mr. Justin Diaz cases?
Your Honor, I'm not prepared to make an announcement yet. I have not completed the discovery process. If you would just give us, we could even put them on the same day there. If we do receive everything, I'll relay the offers and explain everything to my client. We may be able to take care of it, but I'll let the court know. But,
Okay, so
if we
you
could
want
just
it
do the same day.
on June 30th?
That would be fine.
Okay, Mr. Diaz, your cases will be reset until June 30th of 2025 at 9 a.m. And on that day, you need to be in court in person. Your attorney and your bondsman will be given notice of your reset dates. Stay in contact with your attorney and your bondsman. Now, Mr. Diaz, before you get off of Zoom, I need to give you some bond conditions in your cases. And I have before me a document that is titled Standard Bond Conditions in County Court at Law number 2. And it states as follows. Following return of a criminal information in County Court at Law number 2 of Jefferson County, Texas, all bail bonds executed with release of any defendant named herein are ordered subject to the additional conditions. Number 1, the defendant shall commit no offense against the laws of this state, any other state, or of the United States. Do you understand that condition?
Yes.
And condition number 2, the defendant shall submit to testing for drugs and alcohol at any time as directed by the court. The court may revoke the bond and order arrest of any defendant who A, refuses to submit to a test for drugs and alcohol when directed to do so by the court, or B, submit to a test for drugs and alcohol, and the test indicates the presence of drugs and alcohol in the defendant's body. Do you understand that condition?
Yes.
And condition number 3 does not apply. Condition number 4 does not apply. However, Condition number 5 does apply. And condition number 5 states that the defendant is prohibited from possessing a firearm or ammunition unless defendant is a peace officer as defined by section 1.07 of the Texas Penal Code, actively engaged in employment as a sworn, full-time paid employee of a state agency or political subdivision. Do you understand that condition?
Yes.
Okay, now, Mr. Diaz, if you violate any one of these conditions, your bond can be revoked. And if your bond is revoked, a warrant will be issued for your arrest. You'll be arrested and placed in the Jefferson County Jail. Now, Mr. Diaz, as I mentioned to you earlier, these bond conditions will be sent to your attorney. You'll be able to get a copy of these bond conditions from your attorney. And again, your case is reset till June 30th, 2025. Stay in contact with your attorney and your bondsman because they will be given notice of your resets. You're free to go and you have a blessed day. And Mr. Paget, your recess will be sent to you. You're free to go and you also have a blessed day.
Thank you. You as well, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, send that to him. Jefferson County Court, Alert number 2 is back in session. The court is in session in 2 cases. Cause numbers 24 CCCR 2644 and cause number 24 CCCR 2833. Both cases are styled state of Texas versus Carlo Landry. Mr. Landry, is that your full name? Mr. Landry, you're represented in your case by your attorney, Attorney Giles Cole. Attorney Cole, how are you doing?
Great, Judge. How about you?
I'm doing fine. And Mr. Landry, how are you doing? I'm doing fine. State is represented in this case by Attorney Haley Simmons. Ms. Simmons, how are you doing?
I'm great, Judge. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Thanks, Rex. Now, Mr. Cole, what is your announcement in Mr. Landry's cases?
Your Honor, I just received the offer, and we asked for a short recess so we can get a few things situated before we accept the offer and he starts his probation. I think this will be maybe the second recess.
I'm gonna say has no objections to a reset, Your Honor.
Okay, give us a reset date.
June 27. Give me one second. I think that will, if it's not, I'll let you know.
Okay.
Hmm?
I'm just.
Oh,
Judge. So,
yeah, but you have, yeah, okay, yeah, the 23rd, 25th, and 27th. 27 is a Friday.
no, no, that's not gonna work.
Okay.
That's not gonna work.
What about the 23rd?
We typically set it for the 23rd.
23rd, okay. That's June 23rd?
Yes.
Okay, this case, well, these cases will be reset to June 23rd. Mr. Landry, you're gonna get your reset from our coordinator. Once you get your reset from our court coordinator, you're free to go. And you have a blessed day. Stay in contact with your attorney, your advisor. And Mr. Cole, these are your only 2 cases, so you're free to go as well. And you have a blessed day and get your reset. So we're resetting them for plea on that day. Hmm? You have anybody ready? Working on it. Oh. Hmm? What are y'all looking for? Oh, JP appeal. You have to put that other number on there, you know.
Right, I was, and then when I seen it,
Yeah, but they said they're gonna waive it, conflict. It's cause number 2360CR 0788, case of style of state of Texas versus Tyrone Hadley. Mr. Hadley, would you please come forward? Mr. Hadley, your full name is Tyrone Hadley.
Sir,
How you doing, Mr. Hadley?
doing great yourself.
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Mr. Hadley, the last time that you was here, April 15th, you signed a document that is titled Judge's Explanation of Rights to Defendants Without Attorney. And in that document, you stated that you wanted your case reset to hire an attorney. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Have you hired your attorney?
No, sir, I've been calling, but the ones I've been calling been out of my price range. Like it's been super, super high and I haven't had the money that they wanted to. The ones that I thought they would represent me right, I've been trying to find something in my price range, so I haven't got an attorney yet.
Okay.
Okay, now, Mr. Hadley. This case is an older case, and it's old because you were arrested late. I guess once it was filed, let me look at it right here. Yes. Case was filed and then you were not arrested. I see a motion. Apparently you had an attorney who withdrew, and we signed the order for you to for him to withdraw. And apparently after that, there was a warrant that was issued.
Yeah, cause I missed my court date, cause everything was going on, I just had the charge so long, court had just slipped my mind.
Well, now that order was withdrawn in September, then you got rearrested in February.
A couple months ago, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you've had since the last time your attorney withdrew to hire an attorney.
Well, I had to go to jail, I bonded out again, that was money.
Yeah, but it was your fault.
I'm not saying it wasn't my fault.
Yeah, but I mean, so the court is not going to continue to
Well,
string this thing out because you've had enough time. We're gonna give you a last reset.
when I had Mr. Rennie 2 weeks before trial, cause I kept asking him, tell him I want to go to trial. 2 weeks
Okay, well,
He went up like $10,000 2 weeks before trial, so that's.
well, that was between you and Mr. Rennick.
Okay,
But
so,
I'm just saying you need to, we're gonna give you a last reset to hire your attorney. Okay?
okay, so is it better if I just sign up for the public defender's office, cause I'm not working and stuff right now anyway.
Oh, well, okay.
I think I should just do that then that way.
Well, I see why you were outside of your price range.
Yeah.
You was
I know.
not working.
I
Okay,
want to do the best thing.
well, let's do this here. Our court administrator, she's going to give you a document. I'm going to go over those documents with you. Actually, I went over the document with you before. It's a judge's explanation. The bailiff is going to hand it to you. That's the same document that we went over April 15th. Okay, you can take a look at it. I'm going over it with you. Now, that document is titled Judge's Explanation of Rights to Defendants Without Attorney. And in that document, it states that as a defendant in a criminal case, you have three options. Number one, you may hire an attorney. Number two, if you want an attorney to represent you, but you cannot, and you do not have enough money to hire an attorney, your case will be reset to give you time. And you cannot hire an attorney, then the court, if you request, can appoint an attorney to represent you. And the third option is, if you would like to represent yourself, you have to waive or give up the right to have an attorney. Now, that first paragraph, below number 3, it states that if you want an attorney, you have enough money to hire an attorney, your case will be reset to give you time to hire one. The second paragraph states that if you want an attorney but do not have enough money to hire an attorney, you may request that an attorney be appointed to represent you, but you must first fill out a financial questionnaire so that the proper person can determine whether or not you qualify for a court-appointed attorney. Now, the questionnaire that they are talking about in that document is a 3-page document that is also on the clipboard that is titled Jefferson County Affidavit of Indigence. Now, if you turn to that document, you can turn to it right now. Jefferson County Affidavit of Indigence. Do you see it? Okay. You would have to fill out the first page of that document. Now turn to the second page. Now on the second page, you just have to fill out the top portion that is titled Defendant's Oath. And then the middle section that's titled Unsworn Declaration by Defendant. Do you see that? On the second page. At the top, it says Defendant's Oath. When paperwork is in.
There's waiver of counsel for this one.
No. Now go to the next page. Go to the page that says Jefferson County Affidavit of Indigence. Okay, and so it's a 3-page document. Okay, it's a 3-page document. The second page of that document is titled, at the top, you fill out the second page that's titled Defendant's Oath. And then the middle portion that is titled Unsworn Declaration by Defendant. Do you see that? All right. And then once you fill that out, then you'll stop. And so the next paragraph states that you may not talk to prosecutors about your case unless you first sign a waiver of counsel. Now, that is for individuals who will be representing themselves. They will have an opportunity to talk to the prosecutor, but they must first sign a waiver. You stated that you would like to see if you qualify for a court-appointed attorney, so you don't have to worry about that. Okay. Now, for individuals who are representing themselves, they should be aware that there are dangers and disadvantages of self-representation. Waiving your right to an attorney representing yourself may result in the worst outcome for you and your case, including the loss of significant rights and opportunities relating to military service, possession of a firearm, housing and public benefits, child custody, immigration status for non-citizens, and employment. At the bottom of that document, it states that if you choose to represent yourself, you may change your mind at any time and request that an attorney be appointed to represent you. Now, there are some words in bold letters that state defendant's choice. You look at the bottom of that document. It states defendant's choice, mark initials next to only one choice. Is it right at the bottom? And then you will see at the bottom of that document, there are 5 lines to the left. If your choice is it's 5 little boxes or 5 lines at the bottom of that document. You see it?
Under the unsworn declaration?
No. I'm back on the first page, judge's explanation. Judges that I'm not on the affidavit. I'm on the first document that is on the clipboard. Okay. At the bottom of that document, it says defendant's choice, mark initials next to only one choice. Do you see that? And at the bottom of that document, there are 5 lines to the left. You stating that you would like to see if you qualify for a court-appointed attorney, so you'll put your initials on the 3rd line to the left. And then you'll sign the document at the bottom where it says defendant, and then you will sign today's date, which is May 23rd of 2025, on the line that is titled date. Okay? Okay. So you can just go and have a seat. You got a pencil, an ink pen, a clipboard, you fill that out, and then we'll call you back up. Anybody ready? Okay. Jim Elkins? Oh, that's a deceased. Oh. Okay, so let me
Ready on David?
okay, well, it's not ready. So once it's get ready, then I'll call your name. Okay, so Mr. What's his name? Elkins? Mr. No. Mr. Shane Hilton on Elkins. I have before me a motion to dismiss. Is that correct? And you waiving any possible conflicts of interest?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Okay, I just signed it. She said they had did the other one, yes, sir.
No.
Do you waive or give up your right to have a court reporter?
Yes.
Okay, now, Mr. Vera. This is cause number 25 CCCR 0910. Case is styled the state of Texas versus Joseph Vera. And Mr. Vera, that is your full name, right?
Yes.
Mr. Vera, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Vera, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Mr. Vera, you may put your hands down. Thank you, Mr. Vera. And Mr. Vera, how are you doing? I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Citation. Is there a complaint? Yes. Okay. Offensive speeding. Okay. Now, Mr. Vera, I have before me in cause number 25 CCCR 0910, a document that is titled, it's a complaint. In this complaint that was filed by actually the city of Port Arthur, it alleges that you, Joseph Rudolph Vera, on or about January 29th of 2025, while you were in the territory limits of the city of Port Arthur, Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class C misdemeanor offense of speeding. Mr. Vera, do you understand what you have been charged with?
Yes.
And to this charge, Mr. Vera, how do you plead guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No.
Now, are you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges?
Yes.
Now, Mr. Vera, I also have before me a document that is titled Judge's Explanation of Rights to Defendants Without Attorney. In this document, I have your signature and initials, and it was signed and initialed on May 20 to 2025. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And in this document, it states that I want to waive my right to an attorney and represent myself. Is that correct?
That's correct.
I also have a document that is titled Waiver of Counsel for Purposes of Entering a Guilty Plea or Proceeding to Trial. And in this document, it has your signature and it was signed on May 20th of 2025. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Also, Mr. Vera, I have before me on my tablet a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishment. This document is also labeled as State's Exhibit Number 1. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
On page 2 of this same document, there's a set of initials, two sets of initials. One set of initials are on the line next to a box that's checked no look contendere, which means no contest. You place your initials on this document, JRV. And on the second set of initials is below a paragraph that is titled Discovery Admonishment. And is next to a statement that states, I waive my right to discover. I choose to enter a plea of guilty or no contest. And did you place your initials on this line?
Yes, sir. That's correct.
Now, I'm going to make an addition or correction. Let's see, where is it? It locked on me. Could you send it back to me? Yeah. I think I have, let me see, this is January 29th. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna put this short up here. Okay, and basically what I did, the document states that on page 2, I hereby state that I have read the charging instrument, whether it be a information, and what I inserted was or complaint. Okay, because you've been charged by a complaint. Do you understand that? Okay, so I just inserted it right there. Now on page 3 of the same document, there's a signature above the line that's titled defendant. Is this your signature?
Yes, sir.
And on the next document that's titled trial court certification, the defendant's right of appeal. Do you recognize this document? And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
Yes, sir.
At the top of this document, there are 2 boxes checked. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that statement?
Yes, sir.
The second box that's checked states that you're waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Now, Mr. Vera, before you signed all of the documents that I mentioned to you, one that's on this in the computer and on the tablet, did you read the documents?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand what you read?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Vera, are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes, I am.
State over States Exhibit 1, Your Honor.
Okay, now, Mr. Vera, the state is offering State's Exhibit Number 1 to be used as evidence against you in your case. State's Exhibit 1 is the same document that I just showed you, the judge's explanation of rights of defendants by attorney. This is the same document. that I inserted the word and you have your initials on page 2. And it has your signature on page 3. Is it all right for the state to use this document as evidence in your case?
Yes.
Okay, no objection. State's exhibit number 1 will be admitted. Mr. Vera, is there any evidence that you are currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
Yes.
Mr. Vera, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. I also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargaining agreement?
Yes, we do, Your Honor. We'd ask for a $100 fine and repayment of court costs.
Okay, what is the court cost? 277. Okay, Mr. Vera, the state is offering that you pay a fine of $100 plus court costs of $277, which comes to a total of $377. Will you be able to pay the $377 today?
Yes, sir, correct.
Okay, now, Mr. Vera, you understand the state's offer?
Yes, sir, I do.
Do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Yes,
And do you accept the state's offer?
yes, I do.
Okay, Mr. Vera, I'll follow the plea bargaining agreement that you have entered into with the state. Mr. Vera, you will stand at the end of that table, follow the directions of the bailiff. Once you finish following the directions of the bailiff, you'll be able to go downstairs to the county clerk's office, make that payment and bring your receipt back up to this courtroom. All right, all right, and you have a blessed day. Please stand over there. You have anybody else? Wendell Davis? Uh-oh.
Good morning, John.
Good morning. Good morning. I'm doing fine. Let me go.
I am going to comment on, he is in.
Invalid.
He is in.
Wendell Davis.
All it gets is social security.
Hold on. Wait. Yes. Yeah. All right. Now here we Jefferson County Court at Law number 2 is back in session. The court is in session and calls numbers 25 CCCR 0370. And the case is styled the state of Texas versus Wendell Davis. Mr. Davis, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Davis, did you please raise your right hand? Mr. Davis, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Davis, you may put your hand down. How are you doing, Mr. Davis? I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Mr. Davis, you're represented in your case by your attorney, Attorney Jack Lawrence. And Mr. Lawrence, how are you doing?
Just fine, Your Honor.
That's good. Now, Mr. Lawrence, do you waive a record in Mr. Davis's case?
Yes, we do, Your Honor.
Mr. Davis, I have before me on my computer a document that is titled Information. This information was filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. In this information, it alleges that you, Wendell Davis, on or about November 19th of 2024, while you operated in a motor vehicle in a public place in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class B misdemeanor offense of driving while intoxicated. Mr. Davis, do you understand what you've been charged with?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, now, Mr. Davis, before we go any further, did I swear you in?
Yes, sir.
Now, Mr. Davis, to this charge, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
Now, are you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily?
Freedom.
And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, Mr. Davis, I also have before me a document that is on my tablet that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishments. This document was filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. On page 2 of this same document, there are a set of initials, WD, that are on a line next to a box that's checked nolo contendere, which means no contest. Did you place your initials on this document?
Yes, Your Honor.
On page 3 of this same document, there is a signature above the line that is titled defendant. Is this your signature?
Yes, Your Honor.
On the next document that's titled trial court certification of defendant's right of appeal, do you recognize this document? And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
Yes, Your Honor.
At the top of this document, there are 2 boxes checked. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that statement?
Yes, sir.
The second box that's checked states that you're waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that statement? I also have a document on paper that is titled discovery certification. Do you recognize this document?
Yes.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Davis, before you sign and initial these documents, did your attorney go over these documents with you?
Yes, sir.
And did you understand everything that your attorney went over?
Yes, sir.
Is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Davis, are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes, sir.
State,
State offer States Exhibit 1, Your Honor.
any objections to State's Exhibit number 1?
No, Your Honor.
No objections. State's Exhibit number 1 will be admitted. Mr. Lawrence, you have advised and counseled Mr. Davis. Is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
None, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Davis, your attorney, Mr. Lawrence, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, Your Honor.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Davis, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
Yes, we do, Your Honor.
And what is the agreement?
Your Honor, we would ask the court for 90 days of county jail, probated for a period of 12 months of community supervision. I'd ask for a fine of $500 and repayment of court costs. Mr. Davis does have 2 days of jail credit to go towards that fine and court cost.
Okay.
And then 24 hours of community service,
24.
requirement of the interlock device, and the standard terms and conditions of community supervision for DW offers.
Okay,
We just to,
okay, Mr. Davis.
Sir.
The state is offering that you serve 90 days in Jefferson County Jail. But you will not serve any time in the Jefferson County Jail. because you'll be placed on probation for a period of 1 year. Now, during the your probationary period, you'll be required to pay a fine of $500 plus court costs of $392. Plus, you'll be required to pay a DWI conviction fine of $100. You'll be required to pay a probation fee of $60 a month, your analysis fee of $15 a month, reimbursement fee of $15 a month. You'll be required to reimburse Jefferson County Court appointed attorney's fees of $350. You will receive 2 days credit towards your fine and court costs. And so, totaling that up, it comes out to be $187 a month. Are you able to pay the $187 a month?
He's indigent. Yeah.
Okay, my question, he said he can pay it. No, you listen to my question. My question is, can you pay it or can you not pay it? It's not gonna change the offer. It's not gonna change. Okay, well, that's, I need you to, let me tell you this. Hold on, stop. Hold on. It's not about you don't have a choice. You do have a choice. Okay? And that's what, so you say you can't pay it, right? Okay, that's all you had to say. And let me tell you this here. Be mindful that I swore you in. And that means you're under oath. And so if you tell me that you can't pay it, that's fine. That's not going to change the offer. That's the truth. We just need the truth from you, okay?
Okay.
All right, now I have before me a document that is titled Jefferson County Affidavit of Indigence. I'm gonna hand this document to your attorney, and he's gonna hand this document to you for you to review. Mr. Davis, can you review that document? And on page 2 of that document, there's a signature above the at the left-hand corner above the line that's titled defendant. Is that signature your signature?
Yes, sir.
Now, is everything in that document, you can turn back to the first page, still true and correct today?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now, Mr. Davis, the court is gonna find that you're indigent. Based on the finding of indigency, pursuant to Article 42.15 of the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure, the fine and court costs, in this case, which is, comes to a total of $892 will be converted to 71 hours of community service. The attorney's fees of $350 will be waived pursuant to Article 26.05 G-11 of the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure. The reimbursement fee of $15 will be waived pursuant to Article 102.018 of the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure. The probation fee of $60 will be reduced to the statutory minimum of $25 a month. Okay, instead of $60 a month. You'll be required to pay your analysis fee of $15 a month, and you're required to pay the DWI conviction fine fee of $100. So, or actually, it's gonna be less than that on hold on a minute. That's fine in court costs. 8.
I need to inform the
6. Hold on,
court.
be quiet, Mr. Lawrence. 892, 692 divided by 11 equal. Is that right? No, it's 62 hours. Okay, instead of 72 hours of 71 hours of community service that your fine and court cost was converted to is 62 hours of community service. Okay, so it comes to a total a month that you're required to pay is $53 a month. Are you able to pay the $53 a month? I'm just asking.
I really want it.
Okay, not a problem.
Your Honor, if I could inform the court.
Just hold on a minute, Mr.
You're
Lawrence.
missing something very.
Okay, well, you missing something too. Obviously, you're not paying attention. Okay, now, Mr. Davis, pursuant to Article 42A.652, the probation fee will be waived because the court is going to find that the reimbursement, that the probation fee will cause a significant financial hardship on you. So you won't have to pay the probation fee. So instead of being reduced to the statutory minimum of $25 a month, is reduced to zero. Okay? Okay, now so you will be, let me see, it's 100, let me see, I'm 180 divided by 280 divided by 11. Okay. 280 divided by. So your fees that you'll be paying each month is $25 a month. Okay, are you able to pay the $25 a month?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, now, Mr. Lawrence, what did you have to say?
Your Honor, do you understand why he's on social security?
Okay, once we get, your paperwork done, you'll be free to go. Oh, yeah, I need that back. That's gonna go in our records. Okay, yeah, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day. Just have a seat. And Mr. Lawrence, this is your only case. You're free to go as well and you have a blessed day.
Like your.
Get that.
How do you pronounce your last name?
Cabrera.
Cabrales? Okay. This is cause number 25 CCCR 0436, case of style of state of Texas versus Ulysses Cabrales. Ms. Cabrales, would you please raise your right hand? Do you swear affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Ms. Cabrales, you may put your hand down. Now, Ms. Cabrales, are you chewing gum? You need to put the gum in the trash can. It's right in front of you, to your right. Thank you. Okay, Ms. Cabrales. I have before me, well, Ms. Cabrales, you're represented in your case by your attorney, Attorney John Macy. Attorney Macy, how are you doing?
Fine, Your Honor.
And Mr. Macy, do you waive a record in Mr. Cabrales' case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Cabrales, I have before me a document that is titled Information. This information was filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. In this information, it alleges that you, Jalissa Cabrales, on or about June 22nd of 2024, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class A misdemeanor offense, driving while intoxicated with alcohol concentration level of 0.15 or more. State, are you abandoning the enhancement paragraph?
We are not.
Now, the state is abandoning the enhancement paragraph, Ms. Cabrales, and what that means is, instead of being charged with a Class A misdemeanor offense, a DWI, you'll be charged with a lesser included offense, Class B misdemeanor offense, a DWI. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Now, to the Class B misdemeanor offense of driving while intoxicated, which allegedly occurred on or about June 22nd of 2024, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, operating a motor vehicle in a public place, how do you plead guilty? Not guilty, no contest.
Guilty.
Now, you're pleading guilty freely and voluntarily,
Yes.
and are you pleading guilty because you are guilty?
Yes.
Ms. Cabrales, I also have before me a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishment. Is also labeled State's Exhibit Number 1. Do you recognize this document?
Yes.
On page 2 of this same document, there's a set of initials on the line next to the box that check guilty. Did you place your initials on this document?
Yes.
On page 3 of this same document, there's a signature above the line that is titled Defendant. Is this your signature?
Yes.
And on the next document that's titled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal, do you recognize this document? And is this your signature on the line that's titled Defendant?
Yes.
At the top of this document, there are two boxes checked. The first box is checked, states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right to appeal. Do you understand that statement? Second box that's checked states that you're waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that statement? I also have a document on paper that is titled Discovery Certification. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line as static defendant?
Yes, sir.
Now, Ms. Cabreras, before you signed and initialed all of these documents that I just showed you, did your attorney go over these documents with you?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand everything that your attorney went over?
Yes.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge? Ms. Cabreras, are you a citizen of the United States?
State officer, state.
Any objection, states exhibit number one?
No objection.
No objection, states exhibit number one will be admitted. Mr. Macy, you've advised and counseled Ms. Cabreras, is there any evidence that she is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Cabreras, your attorney, Mr. Macy, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes.
Has he provided fully and effective and competent legal representation?
Mm.
Ms. Cabreras, I will accept your plea of guilty. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
We do, Your Honor.
And what is the agreement?
In exchange for defendant's plea, the state's offering 15 weeks deferred probation, $1,000 fine, 60 hours community service, interlock, DWI conditions, probation, and court costs.
What is this court cost?
392.
I mean, her court cost, $392. And Mr. Macy, you support it?
Yes.
Okay, Ms. Cabreras. The state is offering that you serve 15 months deferred adjudicated probation. During the 15-month probationary period, you'll be required to pay a fine of $1,000 plus court costs of $392. You'll be required to pay DWI conviction fine fee of $100. You also be required to pay probation fee of $6,000 a month, your announcement fee of $15 a month, reimbursement fee of $15. You'll be required to reimburse Jefferson County Court appointed attorney's fees of $350. Your total amount in installments. That is the total amount that you will be required to pay each month is $213 a month. Are you able to pay the $213 a month?
Yes, sir.
You'll also be required to perform 60 hours of community service, install an interlock device for any vehicle that you want to operate, attend a complete DWI education class, have an alcohol assessment. You will be required to pay a DWI education initial evaluation fee of $125 on the day of the police, should a further evaluation be needed. You'll be required to pay an additional $50, and you will also be required to adhere to the other standard terms and conditions of DWI probation. Ms. Cabreras, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Mm.
And do you accept the state's offer?
Mm.
Ms. Cabrellis, I'll follow the plea bargaining agreement that you have entered into with the state. Now, Ms. Cabrellis, if you successfully complete this probationary period, this case will be dismissed. It will not result in a conviction on your record. You may qualify for non-disclosure. You can talk to your attorney about the non-disclosure because he's quite competent in those matters. Now, Ms. Cabrellis, you're gonna stand next to the bailiff, follow her direction. Once you finish following her directions, you're free to go and you have a blessed day. And Mr. Mason, you're free to go as well and you have a blessed day.
Thank you, Your Honor.
That's
Thank
it.
you, Haley. Yeah, you know,
Hold
I
on.
apologize for my voice.
Okay.
I wasn't trying to.
This is cause number 23 CCCR 0788. Case is style of state of Texas versus Tyrone Hadley. Mr. Hadley, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Hadley, do you swear affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth so help you God? Mr. Hadley, you may put your hand down. And again, Mr. Hadley, how are you doing? That's good. Now, Mr. Hadley, I have before me two documents. First document is titled Judge's Explanation of Rights to Defense by Attorney. Recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And the second is Jefferson County Affidavit of Industry. Recognize this document. Now, before you sign it and you have your, you didn't sign this one. Let me get this back to you. You have to sign, you put your initials on the line that state you want to apply for court-appointed attorney, but you didn't sign where it says defendant. Okay, thank you. Now, Mr. Hadley, on judge's explanation of rights to defendant without attorney, you have a signature on the line that's titled defendant and your initials on the line that states you'd like to apply for a court-appointed attorney.
Yeah.
Are these your initials and is this your signature?
Yes, sir.
Your signature is also on a document that is tied to Jefferson County Affidavit of Indians on page 2. Is this your signature?
Yes, sir.
Now, Mr. Hadley, before you signed and initialed all of these documents that I just showed you, did you read the documents?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand what you read? And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Hadley, I read your answers. Based on your answers, you meet the eligibility requirements for the appointment of a court-appointed attorney. An attorney that will be appointed to represent you is Attorney Nathan Reynolds. Attorney Reynolds will be given information to contact you. You will also be given information to contact him. Our court coordinator will give you that information. Once she gives you that information, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day. Please have a seat in that first chair on the wall. You're welcome. Hold on a minute. Okay. Jefferson County Court at Law number 2 is back in session. The court is in session. The cause number 24 CCCR is 2808. Case is styled the state of Texas versus Michaela Taylor. Ms. Taylor, is that your full name? Ms. Taylor, would you please raise your right hand? Ms. Taylor, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Ms. Taylor, you may put your hand down. How are you doing, Ms. Taylor? I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Ms. Taylor, you're represented in your case by your attorney, Todd LeBlanc. Attorney LeBlanc, how are you doing? Oh, yeah. Mr. LeBlanc, do you waive a record in Ms. Taylor's case?
We do, Your Honor.
Okay. Ms. Taylor, the state is represented in this case by Attorney Andrew Huber. Attorney Huber, how are you doing?
Doing well, Judge. Thank you.
Okay. Now, Ms. Taylor, I have before me on my computer a document that is titled information. This information was filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. In this information, it alleges that you, Michaela Taylor, on or about September 6th of 2024, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed to Class A misdemeanor offense of criminal mischief of less greater than or equal to $750, but less than $2,500. Ms. Taylor, do you understand what you have been charged with? And to this charge, Ms. Taylor, how do you plead guilty, not guilty, no contest? Now, are you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily? And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges? Ms. Taylor, I also have before me a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishments. You recognize this document? On page 2 of this same document, there's a set of initials on a line next to a box that's checked nolo contingere, which means no contest. As you place your initials on this document. On page 3 of the same document, there's a signature above the line that is titled Defendant. Is this your signature? And on the next document that's titled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal, you recognize this document. And is this your signature on the line that's titled Defendant? At the top of this document, there are 2 boxes checked. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that statement? The second box that's checked states that you're waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that statement? I also have a document on paper that is titled Discovery Certification. Do you recognize this document? Is this your signature on the line that's titled Defendant? Ms. Taylor, before you signed and initialed these documents, did your attorney go over these documents with you? Did you understand everything that your attorney went over? Is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge? Ms. Taylor, are you a citizen of the United States?
Silver six one.
Any objections?
No.
No objection. States exhibit number 1 will be admitted. Mr. LeBlanc, you've advised and counseled Ms. Taylor. Is there any evidence that she is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
None that I'm going to.
Ms. Taylor, your attorney, Mr. LeBlanc, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation? Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation? Ms. Taylor, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
We do, Your Honor.
And what is the agreement?
The agreement in this case is to 1-year deferred probation with the fine waived, 40 hours community service, and payment of restitution in the amount of $1,083.96 to Camden Simmons.
Let's see, this is. Mr. LeBlanc, were you reporting?
I am good.
Okay. That's true. What's the court cost?
275.
267. Okay. What else? Community service. Okay, excuse me, Ms. Taylor, the state is offering that you serve 1 year deferred adjudicated probation. During the 1 year probationary period, you'll be required to pay a fine. Will you not be required to pay a fine because they're waiving the fine in this case? You will be required to pay court costs of $277. You'll be required to pay a probation fee of $6 a month. You're not to pay $15 a month, reimbursement fee of $15. You'll be required to reimburse Jefferson County for the part of attorney's fees of $350. You'll also be required to pay restitution in the amount of $1,083.96 to Camden Simmons. Your total monthly installments, that is the total amount that you'll be required to pay each month while you're on probation, is $239 a month. Are you able to pay the $239 a month? Okay. May I have her affidavit of indigence? Okay. Let's see. Now, Miss Taylor, I have before me a document that is titled Jefferson County Affidavit of Injuries. I'm gonna hand this document to your attorney. He's gonna hand it to you. Ms. Taylor, did you review that first page? Do you recognize that document? On page 2 of that same document, there's a signature above at the left-hand corner of that document. Is that your signature? Now, Ms. Taylor, is everything in this document still true and correct today? For Ms. Taylor, the court is going to find that you're indigent. Oops, hold up, wait up. I forgot to do something. It's restitution. Okay. Now, Ms. Taylor, court is gonna find the injured and pursuant to Article 42.15 of the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure. The court costs of $277 will be converted to 22 hours of community service. The attorney's fees of $350 will be waived pursuant to Article 26.05 G-11 of Texas Code of Criminal Procedure. Reimbursement fee of $15 will be waived pursuant to Article 102.018 of the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure. The attorney's fees, not the attorney's fees, the probation fee will be reduced to the statutory minimum of $25 a month. You'll be required to pay a urinalysis fee of $15 a month. You'll also be required to pay restitution in the amount of $1,083.96 to Camden Simmons. The total monthly installments, instead of being $239 a month, is now down to $142 a month. Are you able to pay the $142 each month? Okay, so we can't waive the restitution. So, if we waive the probation fee pursuant to Article 42A, that's 652 B? 42A, or 652 B? Let's see. Let's see, so it's the 1,083.96 plus the 180.
All the probation officers and
And Judge, she intends to try. That's her intent to pay this restitution back. It's
Oh, yeah, I mean, I can't waive the restitution.
right. So she intends to make a good faith effort to try to do that.
Well, I mean, good faith effort. I mean, let me see, the lowest we can go. And that's by waiving the probation fee. Because the court is gonna find it will be a financial hardship on her. Pursuant to Article 42A.652 B. Let me see, that comes out to 106 plus 180. Equal. The lowest we can go is 114, well, 115 a month. Okay? And that's basically restitution and your analysis fee. Okay? So it'll be, your fees will be $115 a month. You understand that? 115. All right? Now you'll be able to pay that? Okay, now, you'll also be required to perform 40 hours of community service. 40 hours of community service will be in addition to the 22 that was converted from the court calls. And let me ask you something. Did she serve any time in jail?
Take a check.
You overnight, that's, if it was overnight, it's 2 days. That's correct.
Yeah, 2 days credit.
Okay, so that's 77.
$200.
So we're 2 days credit. Yeah, he'll have to write it here, Mr. Andrew. So that'll be 77.
It would be credited to the court costs.
Right, it'll go to what the court costs. So the court costs is $77 because you had the 2 days credit. And so divided by. Oops. So that'd be 6 hours of community service in addition, that's converted. In addition to the 40 hours, so it'd be a total of 46 hours of community service. Yeah, it'll be she has regular 40 hours of community service. And you have 6 hours of community service that was converted from the court costs because we took 200 off the court cost for the 2 days credit. So it came down to $77. And so $77 of community service is 6 hours. I think it's 6 hours, yeah,
46.
46 total. Now, you also be required to adhere to the other standard terms and conditions of this probation. Ms. Taylor, do you understand the state's offer and adjustments that court have made in this case because of your indigency? And do you think that is fair and just? And do you accept it? Okay, Ms. Taylor, you can just have a seat, wait for your name to be called. Once your name is called, you'll go to the one where your name is called. So it's a total. It's 1 of 15 a month. And Mr. LeBon, you're free to go and you have a blessed day.
Thank you. Have a good weekend.
All right. Next case. You don't have anything?
That's one.
Okay.
We were gonna do.
Jefferson, court is back in session. Court is in session in three cases. Cause numbers 24 CCCR 0412, cause number 24 CCCR 0413, cause number 24 CCCR 0447. All three cases are filed in the state of Texas versus Gary Senegal III. Senegal, would you please raise your right hand? Senegal, do you swear affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Senegal, you may put your hand down. How you doing, Mr. Senegal? I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Now, Mr. Senegal, you're represented in your cases by your attorney, Attorney Brian Kimler. Attorney Kimler, how are you doing?
Well, thank you.
It is good. And Mrs. Kimler, you waive a record in Mr. Senegal cases.
So wait.
Mr. Senegal, in cause number 24 CCCR 0412, I have before me a document that is titled information. This information sheet was filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. In this information sheet, Mr. Senegal, it alleges that you, Gary Senegal III, on or about December 9th of 2020, what was that, 2023? Yeah, on or about December 9th of 2023, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed to Class B misdemeanor offense of theft of property greater than or equal to $100, but less than $750. Senegal, do you understand what you've been charged with?
Yes.
To this charge, how do you plead guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty.
Now, you're pleading guilty freely and voluntarily,
Yes,
and are you pleading guilty because you are guilty?
yes,
The Senegal, also have before me a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishments. Do you recognize this document?
yes,
On page 2 of this same document, there's a set of initials. On the line next to boxes check guilty, initials are GS, excuse me. Did you place your initials on this document?
yes,
On the next document, that's titled trial court certificate on the same document, but the next page, there's a signature above the line that's titled defendant, this your signature.
yes,
And on the next document, that is titled trial court certification of defendant's right of appeal. Do you recognize this document?
yes,
And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
yes,
At the top of this document, there are two boxes checked. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right to appeal. Do you understand that statement?
yes,
Second box that's checked states that you're waiving your right to appeal, which means you're giving up your right to appeal. Do you understand that statement?
Yes.
I also have a document on paper that is titled discovery certification. Do you recognize this document?
yes,
And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant? Now, Mr. Senegal, before you signed and initialed all of these documents that I just showed you, did your attorney go over these documents with you?
Yes.
Did you understand everything that your attorney went over?
yes,
Is your attorney, is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
yes, sir.
Mr. Senegal, are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes, sir.
State overstates exhibit 1, Your
Any
Honor.
objections?
No, no.
No objection, states exhibit number 1 will be admitted. Mr. Kimmer, you've advised and counseled Mr. Senegal, is there any evidence that he's currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
Not that I'm aware of.
And Mr. Senegal, your attorney, Mr.
Come on.
Kimler has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes,
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
yes, sir.
Mr. Senegal, I will accept your plea of guilty. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State that we have a plea bargain agreement.
Yes, we do, Your Honor.
And what is the agreement?
Your Honor, we'd ask the court for 180 days county jail, probated for a period of 1 year of community supervision, a fine of $250, 40 hours of community service, and completion of a theft class. And this sentence is to run concurrent with cause number 24 CCCR 0413. And in exchange for the plea on those two cases, the state will dismiss cause number 24 CCCR 0447.
And dismiss. What is this? What's the court process?
270.
Okay, Mr. Senegal, the state is offering that you serve 180 days in Jefferson County Jail. However, you not be required to serve any time in the Jefferson County Jail because you'll be placed on probation for a period of 1 year. During the 1 year probationary period, you'll be required to pay a fine of $250 plus court costs of $277. You'll be required to pay a probation fee of $6 a month, your analysis fee of $15 a month, reimbursement fee of $15. The total monthly installment, that is the total amount that you'll be required to pay each month is $131 a month. Will you be able to pay the $131 a month?
Yes, sir.
You also be required to perform 40 hours of community service. You'll be required to attend and complete a deaf class. This case will run concurrent with clause number 24 CCCR 0413, and the state will be dismissing clause number 24 CCCR 0447. Mr. Senegal, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Yes, sir.
And do you accept the state's offer?
I do.
Mr. Senegal, I'll follow the plea bargain agreement that you have entered into in this case.
I think it's a theft for mention.
Right.
Not having it better.
Right.
Okay, Mr. Senegal, we move to your next case.
Should learn it.
Next case is cause number 24 CCCR 0413. And in this case, Mr. Senegal, I have before me a document that is titled information. And this information was filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. In this information sheet, it alleges that you, Gary Senegal III, on or about December 9th of 2023, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class A misdemeanor, bless you, the Class A misdemeanor offense of evading arrest. Mr. Senegal, do you understand what you've been charged with?
Yes.
And to this charge, Mr. Senegal, how do you plead guilty? Not guilty, no contest.
Yes.
Now, you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
And are you pleading guilty because you are guilty?
Yes.
Mr. Senegal, I also have before me on my tablet a document that is titled misdemeanor plea admonishment. This document is also labeled as State's Exhibit Number 1. Do you recognize this document?
Yes.
On page 2 of this same document, a set of initials, GS on the line next to the box says check guilty. Did you place your initials on this document? On page 3 of this same document, there's a signature above the line that is titled defendant. Is this your signature?
Yes, sir.
And on the next document, it's titled trial court certification of defendant's right of appeal. Do you recognize this document?
Yes.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant? At the top of this document, there are 2 boxes checked. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand this statement?
Yes, sir.
Second box that's checked states that you're waiving your right to appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that statement?
Yes, sir.
I also have a document on paper that's titled discovery certification. You recognize this document? And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant? Mr. Senegal, before you signed and initialed all of these documents that I just showed you, did your attorney go over these documents with you? And did you understand everything that your attorney went over? Is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
State over State's Exhibit 1.
Any objections?
No, sir.
No objections. State's Exhibit Number 1 will be admitted. Mr. Kimball, you advising counsel, Mr. Senegal, any evidence that is currently admitted in counsel stand trial.
No, no.
And Mr. Senegal, your attorney, Mr. Kimball, has advised and counsel you in this case. Are you satisfied with his services in this case?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Senegal, I will accept your plea of guilty. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. I also find that the evidence is sufficient to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
And what is the agreement?
Your Honor, we'd ask support for 180 days county jail, probated for a period of 1 year of community supervision, $250 fine, 40 hours of community service. And this run concurrent with the previous case 0412. And the state agrees to dismiss clause number 24 CCCR 0447.
You're not already calculating the fees. It's just There's only, remember, there's only one.
Yeah, I know. Okay, well, what's the court cost in this case?
277.
You only pay one fee.
Yeah, I know.
That's big. You have to pay for
That was a-
the police prevention class.
Probation fee, your analysis fee. And reimbursement is 15.
3, 4.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
Should teach that.
Easy.
Charge $50 for an hour.
Here's your certificate. Here's your certificate.
Okay, let me do this. Oops.
I mean, the seriously theft prevention.
What is that?
Don't steal. I got that. Hey, we're gonna fix.
What was, okay, it's 40 hours community service. Okay. Mr. Senegal, the state is offering that you serve 180 days in Jefferson County Jail. You will not be required to serve any more time in the Jefferson County Jail because you'll be placed on probation for a period of 1 year. During the 1 year probationary period, you'll be required to pay a fine of $250 for court costs of $277. You will not be required to pay the probation fee. In this case, you will also not be required to pay your analysis fee. However, you will be required to pay a reimbursement fee of $15. Your total monthly installments, that is the total amount that you'll be required to pay, in this case, is $49 a month. Would you be able to pay the $49 a month?
That's on top of the 130.
Yeah. Yeah, you will also be required to perform 40 hours of community service.
That's good.
And this case will run concurrent with your previous case, cause number 24CCCR0412. And the state will be dismissing cause number 24CCCR0447. Now, Mr. Senegal, do you understand the state's offer? You think the state's offer in your case is fair and just? And do you accept the state's offer? Okay, Mr. Senegal, I'll follow up. You are in agreement that you have entered into this with the state. Mr. Senegal, you're gonna stand next to the bailiff at the corner of that table. Follow her direction. Once you finish following her direction, you're free to go on your blessed day. And Mr. Himmler, you're free to go.
Every weekend.
And you have a blessed day and you have a good weekend too.
No, you have to be-
Sign my signature.
Now we have, what is that? You say you sent, I don't see it.
You don't see, Senator?
No, you said Jenkins you had sent.
Well, he has to prepare it.
So she just put it on the docket, so you have to prepare the dismissal on Jenkins?
No, I already submitted it, Your Honor.
Oh, I just put it on the docket today.
I know, but
You did it on Elkins.
I submitted Jenkins. Brayla told me that it was put on there.
I didn't know you. Put it on there. I had. He does.
yeah, his dismissals was sent to her. It should be print off. We should be printing off.
I'm sorry, I didn't know all that happened.
Do I need to submit it again?
You still need to send it to Judge. So this one here.
You say, so you got it, you have his dismissal?
Right, this one is finalized. I have to
Oh.
wait until this one finishes.
Okay.
So the tablets are not working.
The tablets.
That was beside, I could forward it to you. That's it.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Here, let me write.
Okay, let's, Mr. Hilton, let me do this here on the record. Okay, now I have before me call, oops. Where is it? Okay, I have before me cause number 25 CCCR 0560, case is filed in the state of Texas versus Joel B. Jenkins. And Mr. Hilton, the state has filed a motion to dismiss in this case, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor, that's correct.
And the state is waiving any potential, any conflicts of interest that I may have in this case?
That's correct. State wants the waive.
Okay. All right. So I'm signing this dismissal.
Thank you, Your Honor.
23rd. May 2020. Okay. Everybody, okay, this will conclude the calling of the court's announcement docket on the day's date, May 23rd, 2025, in County Court, Law number 2, Jefferson County, Texas. Judge Terrence L. Holmes presiding. Everyone, please have a blessed day. Prosecutors, you are excused.